So what is up, guys? Let's finally go over raids coming to Power Rangers Legacy Wars. Rita's corruption is growing even more powerful. Her wave of evil is spreading through the morphing grid and turning even the Power Rangers into her evil henchmen. Okay, story mode, but okay. Battle of the new raids feature against AI heroes, villains, and even megazords. For the first raid, harness Rita's corruption and use it against your opponents by battling with villain teams against all the fighters in the game. Wait, what? I'm fighting with villains? I'm pretty sure it's going to be everything, not just villains. That's just weird. What are raids? Raids are a PvE style player versus the environment, aka you versus a computer, so you can relax fighting whales and all that stuff. Times limited in-game events. During a raid event, you can select the nodes or the nods based on their difficulty level. You'll fight against an AI opponent that have increased health, damage, and difficulty as you reach closer to a boss nod. Boss nods are more difficult. I think it's nodes. I don't know. Someone will correct me one day. Are more difficult and require more damage to be done to complete. Okay, this is starting to sound like Marvel Contest of Champions. And if none of you played Marvel Contest of Champions, legit, that was all Alliance help. How that went down was certain nods were giving the leader and the Marvel character a boost of poison or extra armor, extra health. And pretty much you go outside the nods to kill them. The opponents that don't have it, that are giving them the power, would disappear and then the character becomes normal. But I guess they're going a different route with it, just taking out all the extra stuff that Marvel Contest of Champions have. Yeah, it's weird. So we got main path nods will require energy to enter. You can choose main. I guess we start out with 40 energy, if you can tell at the bottom. Main path nodes will require energy to enter. You can choose main paths based on their difficulty. Additional side path nodes. Nods may cost no energy and instead have a limited number of times it can be attempted for completion. Your damage done on any nod will not reset if you don't know if you are in any. So that's good. So their example is a 26,400 Zac, and that's an easy stage. My God, it must be going. One of these fights is going up to 100,000. There's going to be a Ranger team with 100,000 HP. I'm calling it now on one of the harder difficulty mods. Just saying. At least the reward is. Oh, you get like a nice Super Morph box. Okay. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm like trying to read this correctly. They're saying, are we only going to be able to play villains? The battles in the new raid feature against AI heroes, villains, and even for the first raid, harness serious corruption and use it against your opponents by battling with villain teams against all the other fighters in the game. So yeah, okay. So the first raid is going to be villains. I just had to reread that because I was like, the hell. So that's interesting. So I guess make sure you have all your villains ready, aka your body spin, Akumas. Just throwing that out there. All right. You receive rewards for each fight based on damage done and a reward for completing a nod. Leaderboards allow you to compete against others for an event-ending prize. Raid events will focus on specific teams, compositions, such as all villains, all heroes, etc. Future events, but the first raid event is going to be villains. Solo and alliance-based events will be scheduled to occur outside of Megazord event hours, just like them with Megazord events. Be sure you're in the alliance before the alliance raid even starts to contribute. Marvel Contest of Champions. I'm just going to say it one more time. How do I, as with Megazords, raid energy can be earned from missions, corruption boxes, and free morph boxes that you obtain. Complete and claim within the duration of the now. Hold on a second. So pretty much now every box we open is going to have energy. Okay, cool. So that means we have to pay power crystals to get energy. Okay, maybe that's a little bit pricey because we have to open these boxes as fast as possible. And, you know, we're kind of waiting on the new characters coming out. So do we really want to waste our power crystals for energy? It'll depend on how good this raid really turns out to be. Maybe you would do it. Depends. Not too keen on, like, the fact that our PvP morph boxes, it's cool PvP morph boxes have it. It's just weird because if you want to, like, get the energy as fast as possible, you get it. But, again, another question remains is we're given like 40 energy, maybe 40. So what, am I getting like 1 energy a pop for each box? That will be the key to understanding what this additional energy thing really is. So again, We don't know how the energy thing might work. If the box only contains one, you're telling me I gotta open like 40 boxes to get my 40 energy back? That's gonna be a little rough. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Warriors from your roster are sorted into recommended sections. When you choose your team, they are selected based on the non-modifiers in the Warriors level. Alright, I mean, recommended, it's pretty much just do it. What's the point? You could do recommended. They set you up with a team. If you have talent in them, you don't. It's not like you got to use the team once. Obviously, you know all the good team builds already, guys, so I think you guys will be fine in this event. Bonus modifiers. Okay, bonus modifiers improve the strength of your warriors with buffs, such as increasing damage, like I said, Marvel Contest of Champions. They might even be applied to upcoming fire, even for the entire duration of the raid event. So extra attack, extra defense, extra HP, yada yada, all the boosts that Marvel Contest of Champions have. You can also choose to obtain additional individual fighter modifiers by selecting the boosted battle option for entering a fight with a nod. Marvel Contest of Champions. I'm sorry I'm saying it so much. It's bringing back like those types of memories. All right, what type of bonus modifiers are there? Non-modifiers. These only affect a fight taking place on the nod. Okay. Solo phase modifiers. These are given rewards for clean nods. Event modifiers earn a solo phase carry over to the alliance phase. But what does it do? Alliance phase. These behave the same as solo phase, except they apply to all members of the alliance. Okay, but what does it do? Next, fighter modifiers. These are occasional rewards for clean nods in the solo phase. They will apply only once and only towards the very next fight in the solo phase. They do not carry over to the alliance phase. Okay. Question. What does it do? What are those? Boosted battle modifier. This modifier can be activated by the player in exchange for crystals for for a single fight. The crystal cost goes up every time it's used. In a given phase, the cost resets when a new event or phase starts. Okay, so we're paying power crystals to get stronger for just the raid event. Okay. I can say this. This modifier thing wasn't explained well, unless they're saying it's going by attack, defense, and pretty much your attack and defense, aka strike damage, armor, strike armor, breaker armor, defense armor, all that stuff. That can probably be your nod modifiers, if that's what they're trying to refer to as a boost, in a way. Because that's what I said, is a modifier that can be activated by a player in exchange for crystals for a single fight. And you can see that pretty much right here in boosted battle. 2 times the damage, plus HP, so your team doubles up. So I guess you can have a 29,000 Rito team with the gold Zeo and movie black, but you're wasting, what, like 10 power crystals to do it? So it sounds pretty cheap, but you're also wasting 2 energy. So, all right, let's discuss Marvel Contest of Champions. I mean, Power Rangers Legacy Wars. So they're giving us this Alliance raid event. First one's going to be villains only, so obviously you're going to have villain teams. They separated in the nods, and the only thing they didn't say is they're not auto-leveled. Okay, so whatever characters we have, at a certain level, we can use. Another thing they didn't really kind of mention is, are we going to be able to keep using our same team? Like, we just make one strong villain team and just go at the nods. I could think of Jigglebutt just using Trakina this whole event and just kick butt. But that depends. Require more damage to be done to complete. Now, again, the 20 energy thing and how they're saying we're going to get energy through our boxes and our morph boxes is kind of weird. Either they're going to give us missions like they do Megazords, or we're legit fighting on the ladder just to get a box to open it as fast as we can, just to get an extra piece of energy to kind of move through this raid. So, believe it or not, this has a lot of questions. Like, things are confusing. A lot of things are. The raid is just, we get it. It's like, okay, we're fighting bosses and we're taking down like giant whale type HP. I mean, look at that. A level 2 movie Zack has 26,000 HP. And pretty much a lot of us would kind of go for the hard mission. Like how Gemma's down there. Yeah, it says casual for blue, red is difficult, and purple is probably the one of... Purple's the one where you kind of like go simple with it, I guess. It's like the hard level of Legacy Wars. Just go with it. Because they didn't even bother making blue rares. Just saying. So again, brings another theory. what's the computer going to be like? Is he going to be stupid? Is he going to be able to adapt? Is he going to see like these little poke attacks before it even happens? Like, is the computer going to feel that you press the button already and it's like going to be, is it going to be that tough? Like, is Enway working really good with an AI unit that's going to like pretty much shock the world that they did something pretty unique? They put their own AI that actually kicks butt and actually does damage. I don't know how good the AI unit is. It just depends. I don't know if he's going to be blocking random stuff and wait like a normal person, because a normal person could probably wait for something, but the AI would think about blocking it because that's the next best thing. So again, that's another tricky thing Enway is planning. So all in all, this thing is supposed to benefit F2P, but judging how like you have to get energy, it goes a little bit to P2W. It's weird. Recommended teams, battle 2, or you can just use 10 power crystals and get double damage. So pretty much, depending, I guess, looking at the stages here, you get 1, 2, 3. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like an arcade mode style fighting game. And if you were going to do 7, you're spending 70 power crystals, just so you can get double damage and kind of breeze through the raid, if that makes sense. But I feel like the power crystals, they said, increase every time you use it. So again, it's not going to be 70, it's probably going to be more. That's going to be the issue. So based on non-modifier and warrior levels, section where you choose your team, they're selected based on non-modifiers and warriors levels. Non-modifier and the warriors level. They tell you what to recommend. And if that's what they want you to play, you play it. And if it's leveled up, it's leveled up. So I don't know if the recommended team... They're saying words from your roster are sorted into the recommended section when you choose your team. They are selected based on the non-modifier. And the word, maybe it's like an extra boost in a weird way for that. Little sense in there. Improve the strength of your warriors with buffs, such as increased damage. They be applied to your upcoming fight, or even for the entire duration. You can also choose to obtain additional fire mod by selecting the boosted battle option for entering the fighting with a nod. Villains get an extra, 7%? Doesn't it really say 1% damage? Are you serious? Does that really say 1%? Wow. Talk about a nod right there. Woohoo. 1%. Why not like 4? Like, yeesh. So again, non-modifiers are going to be interesting if that's like the first modifier we're kind of getting a glimpse of. Boosted, all that. So raids kind of feel mixed. It's definitely a mix of F2P and P2 and pay to play, right? P2P, yeah. I say P2W for like pay to win, but it can be that way too. It just depends. Like, will this will this benefit? Obviously, the F2P, but I feel like the P2P would kind of benefit more from this, because then they can stock up on power crystals, get through this arcade raid, and kind of get the most points of their buck. Especially with the whales having maxed out leaders, etc., talent trees, so on and so forth. So this update's going to be interesting. It's something. All I know is, we'll see how this plays out. I don't know how it's going to play out, but we'll pretty much see what it's all about coming this, I guess, Friday or this weekend, because it's going to be the first one. And, we'll see how it plays. Honestly, I don't know how it's going to work out. I mean, these nods aren't appealing, and the fact that our energy is going to be limited, and we don't know how much energy we're getting, or what type of mods that are really out there. Again, don't know, but we'll see what happens in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys. This is pretty much my opinion, my thoughts on this, but not a lot of things kind of like popped out to saying, okay, what's limited, what's not limited, this and that. What are we going to be able to keep using the same team, or is recommended team the whole point where we just have to use that leader and we have no choice? All right, guys, peace out. Be good, stay safe. I'll see y'all another time, and I guess I'll see you for some raids later on.